My name is Mark Spencer. These are my main takeaways for chapters 5 and 7. The chapter talked about global public relations for corporations. Something that stood out to me was it said that your best bet is to find someone who has experience engaging in the local community. It gave an example about in an Asian culture how elders are held in high regard. So it's important to know someone that knows how to deal with the culture. That way, you won't mess up. Um, and also, what stood out to me was it said it's important to listen and not to assume because there are cultural expectations that the culture may have of you as a foreigner, and that you may have assumptions about the culture that may not be that way. What was shocking to me was um, there was a story about how there was criticism when Walmart opened up a store by a historical heritage site, and because there was a lot of activists. And it stood out to me because it's like, man, if there's certain things you're doing in other countries, it's important to look into that type of stuff and try to find a way to diffuse the situation, whatever comes up. For chapter 7, it talked about global public relations for government. Something that stood out to me was a quote that said, a country's reputation has an enormous influence on whether it's able to meet critical goals such as boosting trade, exerting influence in international affairs, and organizations such as like the United Nations attract foreign direct investment, foreign aid, tourism, skilled immigrants, and global events. What amazed me was how strong reputation is, especially with public relations, because it's important to follow what other countries that you may be dealing with think about you because they may come with an assumption that you're a certain way when you're not, or the country's a certain way when you're not. So it's important so that you can put their minds at ease so that you'll be able to work with them and expand a relationship in the future. Overall, those are my takeaways for chapters 5 and 7.